What is the number one thing that every yard DIYer needs to know how to do? That's irrigation. Today we're installing irrigation on all of our new trees and our berry beds. What's the first step in installing a new irrigation system?
You gotta trench the lines.
Oh, okay, grab a shovel. Let's go, boys.
Woo!
I'm just kidding, I've got a trencher. I rented this Barretto trencher. Hopefully it's a lot better than my rental last week with my auger, but this one's supposed to be much more heavy duty, and I'm assured that it's gonna do really well for us. I think it's gonna be a lot better to try a rental out for a couple $100 for the day versus me trying to get a bunch of guys and the boys digging 300 feet of trench. That never sounds like fun. So we're gonna try our hand right now at getting the trenches dug first, then we can start installing all the pipe.
GoPro, stop recording. I got it! I got it! Look it, come here! Listen to me! GoPro, stop recording.
This is where the pipe that brings live water to our garden comes in. I installed this connection in Hose Bib last week, but I'm just not happy with how it turned out. It's going to wear on me knowing that I didn't do a very good job, so I plan to rip it out and start over. This will also allow me an opportunity to install a shutoff valve behind the fence. I've already dug around the pipe, so I can now access it and install a shutoff valve. These lines still have lots of water in them. I need to get the water out. So I'm putting in this temporary elbow so that I can face the water coming out upward. I have this manual pump that we'll use to try to extract the rest of the water. So I'm gonna get my buddy Miles here to start pumping the water out. And this actually goes pretty quickly. So we'll get all the water out of the pipe and then we'll get the water out of the trench area. Move it away from that hole. Now I have room to work. Okay, I'm going to install the shutoff valve now. Then we can get the water back on for the rest of the yard. But first, I'm going to really clean this old pipe. Now you'll notice this red rag I put in. I cannot get the water to stop dripping. It must be just a low line that's just trickling out. But a little trick I'll teach in a moment. I'm going to stick that rag in, and because this is a ball valve, it's open. I can close it, but I'm going to leave it open right now, and that'll still allow me to pull that out once the glue dries. So we're going to continue prepping this. I'm just going to Check my rag there one more time. Okay, so I'll begin with adding glue to this pipe liberally. We'll do the same thing on the inside of the shutoff valve. See how we liberally put it in there. We want this to be a good lasting joint, forever joint. So we will start with getting that on just like that. We'll hold it in place for a moment. And we'll let it go. Valve is complete. I closed it. I did pull the rag out already. I forgot to show you, but the rag is out. So anyway, I'm gonna let the glue dry for a little bit longer. Then I'll go turn the water back on for the rest of the yard. And we should have pressurized water all the way to this valve and nothing after that. So I'm gonna begin right now with continuing the line across this trench and then over to the last valve box. We'll also do all of our cut-ins for our hose bibs.
All right, what's the plan?
Okay, so we're going to continue gluing our pipe, but we're going to break off to a T and add a hose bib.
Okay.
Because I like to have water everywhere. It's kind of like electrical outlets in your house. You can't have enough.
Okay, so you're going to put a hose bib right there.
Exactly. We're going to.
And this is the run.
This is the run.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to do is put it back into the hole there and decide where I'm going to put the T.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm gonna.
So this is all connected back already?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not tied in yet.
No, but I mean like it's all glued.
Yes.
So yeah. Like
you're right. It's all glued.
Yeah, I see a joint. Okay.
Yeah, and so I want to figure out exactly where I'm gonna put the T, which is right here. Try not to get any dirt in the pipe.
Wow.
This causes problems. Okay, so not the easiest place to work.
So now what do you have? Primer?
Well, now we're going to
glue.
put a T in.
Okay.
And that way will allow us to shoot off to that direction.
Right.
So sometimes we have these deep trenches. It's just not a very convenient place to get into. So what I'm going to do to make it easier, this little trick, I'm going to bridge the pipe up so that I have room to work.
I see.
And
So that you're not down in the hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So step one is we'll prime it.
And why?
The primer is a cleaning agent. It also etches the PVC so that the glue can take kind of a better grasp.
Right, it
But
kind of
really
makes it more porous so that the glue
makes
can
it a
kind
little
of
more
like
porous.
break in.
But the main thing is it really cleans any imperfections or dirt that gets on there, any oils that are on there. And so I'll let that dry for just a moment. It's fast. Then we add the glue, and we'll add it pretty liberally. We don't want leaks later, they just cause problems.
So you only add the glue on one side? Oh no, both sides.
I add glue both sides. And yes, because this is all buried, I'm allowing it to be a little messy.
And obviously you're making sure that the opening of the T is going back
and that's
towards.
why I'm going to put it down so I can see. I'm going to hold it in place. Okay. Okay, now, while that's drying, I'm going to grab another piece of PVC over here.
Right. And so you're just going to stub for this water spigot thing.
Oh, we'll put it in right now.
Oh, you'll put it in now?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Oh, it's just right there.
Oh.
It'll look better in a minute.
So it's not like pretty copper or anything. It's just like a cap. Okay.
It can always be changed out.
Okay.
So, no, it's not pretty copper. Okay, so right now I'm just measuring where I'm going to do the cut, which is about right here.
How far back do you want to have it? Like,
To as
how
far
are
as I
you
dug.
deciding where
As far
it's
as
going to come up?
dug out there.
Oh, you want it all the way almost to the gate? Okay.
Yeah, I would go as close to the gate as possible. I wish we had dug more, but
Okay.
it's fine. It's not bad to have some room around it.
Right.
So now I'm going to, gotta cut the pipe here. On the back end, we're going to put a 90 to come back up.
Got it.
So I'll put that piece in first.
Right.
Then we'll glue this, then we can lay it down. So let's do that.
So you're going to prime that and glue it again. This is kind of like Tinker Toys.
Kind of like Tinker Toys.
Yeah. It's like putting it all together, you know?
And these are adult-sized Tinker Toys.
Yeah. But I feel like I could do this.
You could do this. I'll
seems
tell you
pretty
a trick, or I'll give you some advice or a warning. Primer gets all over your hands. It's really hard not to. If you have any cuts,
if you have any cuts,
yeah, if you have any cuts or scratches, it is the worst burn.
yeah, because I'm sure there's lots of alcohol and acid.
Lots of acid. So
I wonder what primer would do for the face. Just kidding.
We don't talk about that on this channel. We would like our channel here next week. Okay, so now we're going to add glue. Okay. And then we can add in, we can go ahead and prep the pipe on this end here. Okay, so liberal with the glue.
Yeah, I see it dripping everywhere.
Yeah, you know, when I'm in holes like this where it doesn't really matter where it drips down, I don't mind adding a little extra. I think that anything I can do to mitigate future leaks, it's well worth it. Okay, I've got to twist it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
so
you
that,
got to make sure that that part is up vertical.
that's right.
Okay.
So we're going to hold it in place for just a moment.
How long does it take, do you think? Like 30 seconds?
Yeah, or less.
Is that it? I mean, it seems like if you stuck it in the dirt, it would just like help support it too now.
It will, but I also have to reach it to add everything else. So actually, we'll go ahead and stick it in the dirt for now because I need to go get a
Because you're going to have
coupling.
to measure a vertical piece,
I'm going to get a
right?
coupling and another pipe.
While he does that, I'm going to take a Red Bull break.
We're first going to put in a little coupling to attach that pipe to the
So is
pipe.
that like 3 inches?
It's 2 inch.
Oh.
Yeah, we're doing all 2 inch pipe
Oh,
right
no,
now.
no, it's 2 inches wide, but would you say it's like 3 inches long?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that helpful for something?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, these are all new pieces, but I still like to prime because I think it's good. Maybe not as necessary as pipe that you've had for a while that sometimes get dirty. However, I think it's a good practice anyway. It can't hurt.
Wait, are you suggesting that some people...
A lot of people don't prime. And I think it's a bad idea. Even in our company, occasionally we'll find guys who we find are not priming, and it's a big deal. We prime 100% because it's a good practice, it's safe, it's clean, and it mitigates potential problems. So sometimes people like to take shortcuts and be lazy. But
Maybe they just don't
because I
like-
want to be lazy, I don't want to have to dig this up later and redo it.
Maybe they just don't like purple hands.
That could be it too. Okay, so what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and attach this whole piece of pipe. Then you and I can decide how tall. I'll cut it off at that point.
Okay, okay.
So right now I'm going to go ahead and
Prime again.
prime again. Prime again. Give it a sec. Glue.
Alrighty, so now that's in.
Okay, so we'll have this piece. I would assume we would want it, this may be too high. We'll have the water hose up here. So I would think we'd want it.
It looks like you still need to put a bender on that because look at how the hose is. It can't be capped like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, to me, it looks like this is how it would be. So when you cut this, you're not going to stick it on like this. You're going to have an elbow.
Because you don't want it pointing up? I mean, we can do that.
Because that's because that's not how a spigot works. A spigot is like this.
Okay.
What kind of, plus it would put it would put a bend on the hose.
Except that we're gonna put the reel up here and the first end will go straight to that and you'll have the rest of the hose out. But we can do that.
You're putting it on wrong if you put it vertical.
That's fine, we'll get a 90.
I know pipe and I know how it's supposed to look. So after some deliberation, Jason agrees with me that we will be putting a bend on it so that it can hang out correctly.
Okay, so how far?
Yeah, I think that's a nice height.
Oh, right here?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Once you hold the pipe,
Okay.
hold it tight so when it comes off, it's not gonna fall. Thank you.
You're welcome. A reason we like to set them high is so that they don't accidentally get broken. That happens a lot in this yard, and by setting them high, they're more visible.
We're also going to paint them black so they're not this white PVC.
Right.
Okay, in that bag are couplings. Can you hand me one, please? Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Do you need a coupling?
Yeah, because that fits over that, and the adapter fits inside there.
Oh, I see.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. But before we do that, I'm just going to put that there for a moment. I want to secure in the hose bib into the adapter.
Uh-huh. And
So-
then do the adapter.
Right, because I'm going to use Teflon tape, and I want to twist as far as I can. And then I'll know exactly how tight it is, so I can put
Hold
it straight
on.
in. If not,
So you're using a Teflon tape?
well, I'll use Teflon tape on the threads, because I'm not going to glue the hose bib itself.
Oh.
So to help it stay waterproof, we'll use tape here, plumber's tape, Teflon tape. People will argue all day about how much to do. I do 3 turns.
And so that kind of acts like a gasket.
It does. It's exactly like a gasket. Now inside, this is a 2-inch to 3/4 reducer
Okay.
and made for the threads of a hose bib. So later, if you found a cool bronze hose bib that you wanted, we could unscrew this and screw a new one in.
Well, that one is bronze. It's
This one's bronze. I just know if it was you were wanting.
Well, yeah. I guess.
It's like a patina as well as the other stuff.
No, and I guess like, I don't know. Yeah. It'll look better when it's painted black.
All right. Okay, now that it's on as tight as we can get it,
All right.
I know exactly which direction to put it in.
Yes.
Okay, but first we'll put, actually we can do these,
Yeah, I would think you'd want to
Doesn't
seal
really
it to
matter.
that.
one of these. So we'll do the coupling, the adapter, coupling, adapter, see the glue pushing out, up add an additional seal there. Okay, we're gonna hold that. And I'm going to prime the inside there, prime the outside here. Just a moment. Glue, glue.
And then you're going to put it on square so that the turn knob is up the top. So it's really high out of the ground. I know you're going to add dirt, obviously, but what's going to make it more stable?
The good compaction on the dirt.
Okay. Because it seems very...
Yeah, it does. And it, we don't want to do too much, we don't do concrete or anything because
right.
It would be too hard later if there was a change. If this became unstable, or we thought it was too shaky, we would lower it a foot. It would be more stable the way we went.
Mm-hmm. And all you would do is cut a section out of that and then just do a coupler.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Good enough. Now later, we'll tape this up and then we'll spray paint it black. Matter of fact, maybe you can get some at Green Acres. Some cans. Black spray paint.
I don't know if they sell black spray paint, but I can go to Home Depot.
I'll go to Home Depot and get some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
And so I'm just going to now continue on that tee that way, and
right.
We'll put the rest of the pipe in.
So how many more hose bibs will you be doing?
We have one more like this, and then at the end where we're putting in a valve box, we're going to also do a riser for a hose bib. And then the very beginning over here, where I started this run, we'll have a riser there for a hose bib.
Got it.
So we'll have 4 total. That way and then there's one already on that side of the fence. So we'll have 5 inside here. So it's easy to get water fast, right? Dragging water hoses everywhere.
Right.
We wouldn't have a lot of need, but I think there's good excuse to have water hoses. I think it freshens things up when you water things down.
Yeah.
You know.
I hate dragging water hoses across things.
Me too. All right, thank you. I think that's
so with that
awesome.
said, I have a shopping list. I'm going to go down to Home Depot and Green Acres. I'm going to be looking for 50-foot black hoses. I'm going to be looking for some kind of reel or supporting stand that we can put on the gate to hold the hoses. I'll be getting spray heads and I guess black spray paint. And I'm going to see if Stuart will go with me.
I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel again. Now it's my turn. You say you've always been a little bit shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within.
completed a 2-inch line all the way to the end. We're going to put a valve box in, and this valve box will be a controller for all of the fruit trees that we have right behind me here. So right now we're going to install a valve box, and I don't normally buy these kits that are already pre-packaged or pre-assembled, but I got this package from Home Depot and thought we'd give it a try. It's a 3/4 inch valve system, and anyway, let's hook it up right now to this 2-inch main, and then we'll run the lines to the trees. Okay, to get to this 3/4 inch, I have an adapter here that will insert into the 2-inch 90 and have an extrusion of 3/4 inch. So to begin, we'll do what we always do. We're gonna prime it. Just like that. Get any dirt or dust off of it. Let it dry for a moment. I think this is about 190 feet of 2-inch line, and the beauty of it is it's pressurized water. So as soon as we turn the system on, it'll be live water and we can tap into it anytime. So I have hose bibs I put up, of course, but if we ever wanted to add a future hose bib or a valve box somewhere, we can tap into this 2-inch main that already has water. It's one way for us to get water to all different parts of our yard. So when we run these 2-inch lines, we'll extend them out farther than we need, stub them, and prepare them for future use. Okay, let's add some glue. Okay. The way this particular system works, I'm going to get a 3/4 inch piece, maybe 3 inches long, that will insert here and into the adapter. And then that will be our system. Okay, so we only need a small piece. So we're going to cut off about 3 inches. Nice and easy. That wasn't easy. Okay, about 3 inches, nice and easy. Not the cleanest way to cut a pipe, but it worked. Oh no, see how jagged it is? Not a good idea to use a Sawzall unless you have better control than I have. So let's try that again. Okay, this time I'm going to take it nice and easy. Okay, clean end. Now let's get our 3-inch piece. Perfect. Get rid of that. Okay. And this little nipple piece will insert into both ends. So let's do the first one here. Get a little bit of primer on there, clean that up. And inside the hole.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Good.
Okay, now we're going to add glue. Miles, this should be you doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to insert this piece. Hold that in place for a moment. Now we will add this. Miles.
Yeah.
So we're going to add gravel to the bottom of this, so this can be a bed for it to rest its weight on.
Yeah.
I don't have that now, so until I have that, I need something I can put in here. You know, some of those blocks over there, those 4x4 blocks that I cut?
Yeah.
Go grab 2 of them. Okay. It will support the weight, but let's go ahead. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that while Miles is getting me some blocks. I'm going to get primer on the 3/4 inch insert piece and inside the valve assembly. Okay. Here comes Miles. Let that primer dry. Okay. That's pretty good. So we'll use that as a temporary temporary bed until we can get some gravel tomorrow. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so now that we're set, we're gonna add glue. And in here, a little bit more glue there. Okay. All right, so hold that in place for a moment. Okay, that's our assembly. That's how the assembly looks from up top. And this is the 2-inch line main that we brought in. Never done.
Well, for today. The day's set on.
Okay, I'm gonna hold that in place. Okay, what our plan is to have this 3/4 inch line run to the end of this little trench. Along with the rows, there's 3 rows of these trees. We're gonna put in a T and this little connector system. The goal is to have the black flexible hose will tie into this, and then we'll run that all along the trees. So step 1, we're gonna place these. And then Miles, when I place these, we're gonna open up a little trench so I can get those to the trees.
Emptied out my soul, you've heard it all before. Honest, but I know. Left these years ago, I was young and almost still could fill the void. We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love? 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 When everything's said and done.
I really appreciate how much Kim thinks about me. And she realizes, gosh, Jason just needs more to do. He's gonna be bored just doing all of this irrigation. She was fortunate enough to find these great looking barrels and brought them home. And she brought some strawberry plants to go in them, which have to be planted right now. I'm very fortunate because I was really getting bogged down with all this irrigation stuff. Now we're gonna stop for a minute and we're gonna fix these barrels, and we have some work to do with them first.
Out in the unknown, story took its toll. Thought I would have grown off the beaten track to become a better man.